Have you ever had your arms suddenly go numb for a few minutes? Have you ever struggled to find the right words, felt confused for no reason, or experienced blurry vision that mysteriously disappeared? If so, what you're about to hear could save your life. Last year, a 72-year-old grandfather woke up feeling perfectly fine. He made coffee, read the newspaper, watered his garden, and even joked with his wife about their weekend plans. But earlier that morning, something unusual had happened. His right hand felt weak for about 5 minutes. He dropped his coffee mug. A few minutes later, everything seemed normal again. He ignored it. Around lunchtime, he had trouble speaking. His words came out slightly slurred. Again, it lasted only a few minutes. Again, he ignored it. By evening, he was in the emergency room after suffering a major stroke. Doctors later told his family something heartbreaking. His body had warned him several times before the stroke happened. The warning signs were there. He simply didn't recognize them. And that's exactly why today's video is so important. Before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and type "Protect My Brain" in the comments below. It helps us reach more seniors who need this life-saving information. Because what I'm about to share could help you recognize a stroke warning before it's too late. Today we're talking about one of the most overlooked medical emergencies among older adults, the transient ischemic attack, often called a TIA or mini stroke. But don't let the word mini fool you. There is nothing small about it. A TIA is often the brain's final warning before a potentially devastating stroke. Think of it as a fire alarm. When the alarm goes off, you don't ignore it simply because the fire hasn't spread yet. You investigate immediately. A TIA is your brain's emergency alarm system. The problem is that millions of people ignore it because the symptoms disappear. A TIA happens when blood flow to part of the brain is temporarily interrupted. Unlike a major stroke, the blockage doesn't last long enough to cause permanent brain damage. Symptoms may last only a few minutes or a few hours and usually resolve within 24 hours. That sounds like good news. But here's the frightening reality. A TIA often signals that a much larger stroke could be coming in the near future. In other words, the danger may not be over when the symptoms disappear. In many cases, the danger is only beginning. So what are the warning signs you should never ignore? The first and most common sign is sudden weakness or numbness on one side of the body. You may notice that one arm feels heavy. One leg becomes difficult to control. Your face may feel strange or appear uneven when you smile. If the problem occurs in the left side of the brain, symptoms often affect the right side of the body. If it occurs in the right side of the brain, symptoms often affect the left side. The second warning sign is trouble speaking. Maybe the words won't come out correctly. Maybe your speech suddenly becomes slurred. Maybe you know exactly what you want to say, but you can't seem to form the words. Many people assume they're tired or stressed. But sudden speech changes should never be ignored. The third warning sign is confusion. Some people suddenly forget where they are. Others struggle to understand simple conversations. Family members may notice that something feels different, even if the person affected doesn't realize it themselves. The fourth warning sign is sudden vision changes. Some people describe it as a curtain dropping over one eye. Others experience blurred vision, double vision, or temporary vision loss. Even if your eyesight returns to normal a few minutes later, it should be taken seriously. The fifth warning sign is sudden dizziness, loss of balance, or difficulty walking. If you've ever stood up and felt briefly lightheaded, that's usually not a stroke. But sudden, unexplained balance problems, especially when combined with other symptoms, require immediate medical attention. The sixth warning sign is a severe, unexplained headache. While headaches can have many causes, a sudden intense headache unlike anything you've experienced before should never be ignored. And here's what makes TIA so dangerous. Sometimes there are no dramatic symptoms at all. The warning signs may be subtle. They may last only a few minutes. Many people brush them off and continue with their day. That mistake can be life-changing. Now let's talk about what causes these events. One common cause involves plaque buildup inside the arteries. Over time, cholesterol, inflammatory material, calcium, and fibrous tissue can accumulate along the artery walls. If part of that buildup breaks loose, it can travel through the bloodstream and block a smaller vessel supplying the brain. When blood flow stops, even temporarily, symptoms can appear within seconds. Another important cause is a blood clot that forms inside the heart. This is especially common in people with atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that affects millions of older adults. When the heart doesn't beat normally, blood can pool inside certain chambers. Over time, that pooled blood may form a clot. If the clot travels to the brain, it can trigger a TIA or a major stroke. High blood pressure is another major culprit. Many experts consider uncontrolled blood pressure one of the greatest stroke risks facing seniors today. The frightening part is that high blood pressure usually causes no symptoms. You can feel perfectly healthy while silent damage occurs inside your arteries every single day. Smoking also dramatically increases stroke risk. The chemicals in cigarette smoke damage blood vessels, reduce oxygen delivery, increase inflammation, and make clot formation more likely. That's why quitting smoking remains one of the most powerful decisions a person can make for long-term brain health. Another hidden threat is insulin resistance. Long before diabetes develops, insulin resistance can contribute to inflammation, blood vessel damage, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular disease. This is one reason doctors encourage maintaining a healthy weight, staying physically active, and reducing excessive consumption of highly processed foods and added sugars. Nutrition also plays an important role in protecting the brain. Diets rich in vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, fish, legumes, nuts, and whole foods provide nutrients that support cardiovascular and neurological health. Vitamin C helps support collagen production and healthy blood vessels. Potassium supports healthy blood pressure regulation. Magnesium contributes to normal nerve and muscle function, including heart rhythm. While no single nutrient can completely prevent a stroke, a nutrient-rich diet can help support overall vascular health. Physical activity is equally important. You don't need intense workouts. A simple daily walk can improve circulation, support healthy blood pressure, improve insulin sensitivity, and strengthen the cardiovascular system. In many cases, the most effective health habits are also the simplest. Sleep matters too. Poor sleep has been linked to high blood pressure, insulin resistance, inflammation, and cardiovascular disease. If you're regularly sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night, your body may not be getting the recovery it needs. Now here's the encouraging news. Even if you've already experienced a TIA or stroke, the brain has an incredible ability to adapt. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. The brain can create new connections, strengthen existing pathways, and continue recovering long after an injury occurs. This is why rehabilitation is so important. Physical therapy, speech therapy, mental exercises, proper nutrition, and healthy lifestyle changes can all support recovery. Some research suggests that omega-3 fats such as DHA may support brain health, while maintaining healthy metabolic function may also benefit long-term cognitive performance. The key message is this: never give up on improvement. Many stroke survivors continue making progress months and even years after their initial event. Before we finish, I want you to remember one simple word: fast. F stands for face. Ask the person to smile. Does one side droop? S stands for arms. Ask them to raise both arms. Does one drift downward? S stands for speech. Is their speech slurred or difficult to understand? T stands for time. If you notice any of these signs, call emergency services immediately. Do not wait to see if symptoms improve. Do not assume everything will be okay. Every minute counts when brain tissue is at risk. Remember, a TIA may last only a few minutes, but the warning it delivers can mean the difference between independence and disability, between recovery and tragedy, between life and death. If today's video helped you, type "I'm protecting my brain" in the comments below. Your comment may encourage another viewer to take these warning signs seriously. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone you love. Because one conversation, one shared video, or one recognized symptom could save a life. Thank you for watching, stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.